Guys, one of you on my YouTube channel commented and said, could you do a video about can Manny Pacquiao become undisputed champion at this age in the welterweight division? Can he go on to unify? I think it's tough. I honestly think it's tough. I think he can beat Thurman. I've said it, that he can beat Thurman. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is Sean Porter's fighting Errol Spence, and then we're going to have a unified champion in the welterweight division. In my opinion, that's going to be Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence beats Sean Porter. And then the champions that are going to be left, if Pacquiao is successful against Thurman, is going to be Crawford and Spence. And I've always been quite consistent on this, guys, that I don't think that Manny Pacquiao beats those guys at this age. I think those guys are special. I think he has probably, and again, you guys might find this funny, I think he has a greater chance of beating Spence than Crawford. I think Crawford's not just, although he's just moved up to welterweight, I think he's probably bigger than Manny Pacquiao. And I think his skills are unbelievable. I think he's so talented and so skillful. I think it's a very hard fight for Pacquiao. I think it's just a very hard fight. I think Spence, but even Spence showed against Garcia that he's a very good boxer as well. It's just a hard fight, honestly. And that's not a knock on Pacquiao. Pacquiao's an unbelievable fighter. You guys know how much of a fan I am of Pacquiao, but I just got to be real. You know, you guys asked me the question. I've got to give my opinion on what I think. And I think that Spence and Crawford at this stage in Manny Pacquiao's career will just be too much for him. I'm just being totally honest. I'm not speaking from emotion, because I would love to see Pacquiao beat them, because I don't really have any connection towards Spence or Crawford. Pacquiao's somebody that's inspired me, you know, somebody that I looked at and actually got me into boxing. He was that good. You know, someone that I used to stay up, first fighter that I used to stay up for. You know, American that used to fight in America. So, you know, I have a connection to Pacquiao, but I just, honestly, I just don't see him right now becoming undisputed champion. You just got to be real. You've got to look at what's out there. If it was a weak division, but unfortunately for Pacquiao at this stage in his career, he's in a division that's, you know, glittered with talent, and two of the fighters at the top are just a step too far, in my opinion, at this stage. If Pacquiao does it, oh my God, he'll just... I reckon if Pacquiao can beat Spence and Crawford, you could probably argue Pacquiao is the greatest fighter of all time. You could even put him up there with some of the greatest ever, you know. I do think Pacquiao's already top 10, top 15 probably of all time. But I do think by him beating, or if he was to become undisputed, I think you could probably argue top 5, top 3. Honestly, if he was to go on, because he's already achieved so much, 8 division world champion. But, you know, if he was to go that step far, beat Crawford and Spence, and prove me wrong, because it would prove me wrong, because I wouldn't back him in those fights right now. Even though, like I said, I find it very difficult not to back Pacquiao. It's just that I've just got to be, you know, on the knowledge that I have and what I see, I've just got to be honest about it. You know, and although I would love to see Pacquiao beat those guys, I don't see it. I don't see it at this stage in Pacquiao's career. I can't see him becoming undisputed champion. I can't see him beating Spence or Crawford. They're young, fresh, young champions who I think are going to go on to achieve great things. And I just don't see a 41-year-old, it doesn't matter how skilled or how good he was and how good he is, beating them. I'm just got to be honest. And they have physical advantages over him. It's just a tough ask. It's just a tough ask. You know, even if Pacquiao was in his prime, there wouldn't be easy fights, but there'd be fights that I would favour Pacquiao in. Pacquiao, you know, probably past his best. And a Pacquiao that's probably not as big as those guys. Those guys having physical advantages over him, young, fresh, have everything on their side. You can't really see Pacquiao winning the fight, if I'm totally honest. But, you know, like I said, you can never count Manny Pacquiao out of any fight. But if I've got to give my opinion, and you're saying to me, what do I think? You know, I hope Pacquiao could prove me wrong. But if you were to ask me what I think, I just think that Spence and Crawford beat him right now. And I think it'd be very difficult for Pacquiao to win those fights. But again, like I said, you know, with Pacquiao, you can never count him out. But I think you'd all agree that he'd go into those fights an underdog. You know, not a massive underdog, but an underdog. And fights that, you know, you'd probably expect Crawford and Spence to win. That's not to say Pacquiao can't win, but I don't think he wins if I put it straight like that. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know if you think that Pacquiao can become undisputed champion at 40. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.